Hi, I'm James and welcome to today's video where I'm going to talk about some of the better creatures to use in low-level D&D, and I'm going to use creatures with a CR of less than 1, so it is going to be quite low level, and I'm going to give you a few tips and a few ideas perhaps how to use them. So starting out, we've got number 12, which is the Twig Blight. Now, I like these. Twig Blights are a great villain in that they're near invisible and indistinguishable from dead twigs until they move. So it would be very easy to have these surprise the players. The history behind them and the Gulthias tree are absolutely fascinating. And I first came across them in the Radiant Citadel and just went, oh wow, this is fantastic. I am going to have to use these elsewhere. And being at a challenge rating of only 1/8, they're really good as a little low-level creature that I suppose you could even argue they help you set the atmosphere. And the nice thing with them is as well, because you can use the higher level blights as well to actually start getting a bit of a sort of a campaign going. So I do like those. Now, in at number 11 are definitely a favourite, cultists. Yeah, I like the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. So I'm going to give a suggestion. Rather than having all of them as mad fanatics, some of them can seem perfectly normal. In one of the original H.P. Lovecraft stories, one of them actually goes to court and defends himself against being declared insane. So why not have something similar? But regardless of how they appear, they're a really difficult creature to deal with because of the fanaticism and zealotry. And it could bring in a really nice little dilemma for a warlock PC when he actually or she finds that they're worshipping the same creature. That would suddenly give an interesting role-playing situation. And what about a group of them that don't fight back? if you really want to have fun as the players start progressing in level, what about making them the mount for another creature? That gives a nice subtle variation. At number 2, and if I was doing this for, without looking at published adventures, these would be the number 1. But they've dropped to number 2 because they are a bit overused. Goblins. Now, goblins are a nice creature to use, but they have been a bit overused. And like kobolds, they've got the potential to be very vicious. But I see them more as a bit more Wile E. Coyote, for want of a better description. They will have these ideas that don't work. You can have fun with that. But if you do find yourself in combat with them, if they use terrain to good effect, they are vicious again. They are very much almost, again, going back to the Viet Cong. Ambush, move, using cover, ambush again. Repeat that. Goblins in thick cover, popping up, firing, dropping down, moving, they are going to be really hard to beat. And the background has them using traps. You know, let's retreat. Oh, look, they've just fallen into a pit. That's the sort of thing that makes them vicious. Where goblins are weaker is the fact that they're lazy and inept. But they are a fun creature to use. And 1 or 2 of my favourite recurring NPCs have actually been goblins. I once started out as a complete surprise. He's now featured in 3 different campaigns, a cameo in at least 1 of them, but quite a major character in 2 of them. I was playing Lost Mines of Phandelver, and the players were fighting the goblins. Yeah, nothing unusual there, this is going normally. And then my granddaughter said, hang on, can we bribe them to leave us alone? Okay, yeah, you can try. And she rolled, got a good roll. Okay, so one of the goblins decides that actually, yeah, that's a good idea. It's definitely better than getting killed. And he starts helping them. And they're giving him a constant stream of coins because they're shiny. He likes shiny things. The wonderful moment when the group realised he wasn't the most intelligent of creatures was when they went, I will give you 3 shiny coins for that. He went, no, I want 3. I want more. I want 2. They finished howling at that one. And they got the impression that the goblins weren't very intelligent. But then later on, they ran across him again. And they were again struggling, so they shouted that he would offer him money. Again, do it while they're fighting the others. And he actually talks one of his allies into joining in, and they attack the other goblins. They get to the end, and the players are now going, we've done this. And they go to pay them, at which point he pulls out a knife, rams it into the back of the other goblin and goes, now I have all money? And they suddenly realise this perhaps wasn't somebody they should trust. So, yeah, goblins can be great fun from a role-playing perspective. Sometimes the hardest thing is to stop the players from killing them straight away. And then the last one. Now, this was one I like. I'm guessing that part of it is back to my love of H.P. Lovecraft and the rats in the wall. It's the giant rat. It's a lovely, low CR creature, but that's good because you want lots of them. Now, they can be used in lots and lots of different settings, attacking in packs. And while they're going to die very quickly, the players are going to be really scared of them because there appear to be a lot of them. And if you want to take it further, what works really, really well is the Rat King. Now, Rat Kings in history were basically rats where the tails were fully entangled and there were multiple rats all just tied together effectively. And they developed a hive mind almost. Now, I like this as a concept. It's explored brilliantly. Terry Pratchett's The Amazing Morris and His Educated Rodents. Um, it's a kid's book, but boy, can that get quite dark with the Rat King. Having a Rat King around, well, that's going to give me quite a nice master villain for them to meet a couple of levels on. And if you give that Rat King psychic powers, there's something gnawing at your mind. And the word gnawing always works brilliantly there. And there is something trying to get in. It's squeaking. You can have a great time getting the players of that. You're almost into the realms of horror here. And James Herbert's The Rat series instantly comes to mind for that. But you can also have were-rats involved. You can start talking rat men. We're into the Warhammer fantasy Skaven there, aren't we? You can have lots and lots of different options. So they are a great creature. And again, them rushing past you is a fantastic scene. So those are the 12 best less than CR1 creatures that I could find. Now, it was a hard choice. I really was going to do this as a list of 10, but I then just went, actually, I don't think I can. I ended up with the 12, and I sort of sneaked zombies in there as well. There are others that I could have put in there. Giant animals are definitely something I'd like to explore. The blink dog, that was another one that missed out. Bullywugs are another option. There are lots and lots of options. You could even start adding in things like orcs, although I find orcs are quite powerful until you've actually got adventurers up a level or so. They work, but they're one of them would probably be the most I would go with. So that's my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours. What creatures should I have included? What ones do you use? What ideas do you have for using them? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what you've got.